Part 2. The Beast of the Woods. Lila stood frozen, her eyes locked on the dark figure prowling toward her. It was unlike anything she had ever seen. The creature was tall, almost human in shape, but its features were twisted into something monstrous. Its skin was as dark as the shadows themselves, blending seamlessly with the night, and its eyes burned with an unnatural red glow. Long claws scraped against the earth as it moved silently, its gaze fixed on Lila. A cold sweat broke across her forehead. She took a step back, her heart pounding in her chest, but the creature mirrored her movement, never breaking eye contact. The whispers around her grew louder, but now they seemed different, desperate, warning her to flee. "Lila!" The voices of the lost souls pleaded, "Run!" Summoning her courage, Lila turned and sprinted toward the edge of the clearing, her lantern bouncing wildly in her hand. She could hear the beast moving behind her, its footsteps unnervingly silent despite its size. Every muscle in her body screamed for her to run faster, but the forest seemed to stretch endlessly before her, the path twisting in ways she didn't recognize. Just as she thought the creature was closing in, Lila stumbled over a root, crashing to the ground. Her lantern flew from her hand, its light extinguished as it rolled into the underbrush. She scrambled to her feet, the whispers swirling around her in a chaotic frenzy. In the darkness, she could feel the presence of the beast drawing nearer, its hot breath on her neck. Before she could react, a soft, warm light began to glow from behind her. Turning her head slightly, Lila saw something extraordinary. The faces from the well had risen from the mist and were floating through the trees. They shimmered with an ethereal glow, illuminating the dark forest in soft blues and greens. The spirits circled her protectively, their forms creating a barrier between her and the creature. The beast hesitated, its red eyes narrowing at the sight of the glowing figures. It let out a low, guttural growl, stepping back into the shadows. The whispers became more urgent, the spirits calling out in unison, "Go, child, go now!" Taking advantage of the creature's hesitation, Lila ran once more, guided by the soft glow of the spirits. The forest path was still confusing, but with each step, the lights around her flickered, showing her the way. The whispers, once haunting and eerie, now seemed to guide her, their voices filled with a strange sense of hope. Lila could feel the presence of the beast fading behind her as she neared the village. The trees thinned, and the cool breeze of the open fields brushed against her skin. She could see the faint outline of San Miguel in the distance, its familiar cottages a welcome sight. Relief flooded her, but the whispers persisted, their tones growing softer as she approached the safety of her home. As she crossed the boundary between the forest and the village, the glow of the spirits began to fade, their forms dissipating into the night air. The last voice she heard was a soft, grateful whisper. "Thank you, Lila. You have set us free." Lila collapsed on the grass, her chest heaving with exhaustion. She turned back to the forest, watching as the last of the ethereal lights disappeared into the darkness. The whispering woods were silent once more, their secrets hidden beneath the canopy of trees. But Lila knew one thing for certain. She had encountered something ancient and powerful, and she had barely escaped with her life. The spirits of the lost souls had been freed, but the forest still held many dangers, lurking just beyond the village's reach. As the first light of dawn broke across the horizon, Lila vowed never to return to the woods again.